Welcome to this latest video of the Excel interface for Microfocus or OpenText PPM, also known as XLI. In today's video, we're going to go ahead and demonstrate a brand new XLI module for management of memberships and teams, which always corresponds to resource pool memberships by the same name. If you're not familiar with the functionality of XLI, please be sure to visit ppmetrics.com, where we have previous videos that show a day in the life using XLI of different stakeholders, such as project managers and resource pool managers, as well as overviews of other modules. But before we talk about this exciting new module, let me take a quick step back and briefly describe what the XLI is all about. The XLI is an alternative UI that is designed to provide a faster and more accurate data management experience. It also possesses some unique PPM transaction shortcuts and special control features which are not available in the native browser-based UI of PPM. It's important to note that all key PPM user transactions are covered. We like to simply describe the XLI as having the flexibility of Excel with the governance of PPM. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the new modules, some of its features. So with this team memberships module, we can actually manage memberships of any number of named and unnamed resources from any number of teams using one convenient Excel table. This is very valuable as long as resource pools are used, even if teams aren't used for assignments. And just like the rest of the XLI, this new module possesses many productivity features such as sort and mass value replacement. And it wouldn't be the XLI if we didn't automatically align with the PPM security model. Let's go ahead and see this in action. So to the average PPM user, the XLI is simply a macro-enabled Excel workbook. So first things first, I need to go ahead and authenticate my PPM credentials. So I already had this pre-filled. And if I have single sign-on enabled for my PPM implementation, this logon tree will be completely bypassed. So go ahead and click enter. So the first page I landed on is actually a landing page that allows me to jump into the other sections or modules of the XLI. So down below we can see some of the different entities or modules that correspond to different PPM functionality. So we're going to go ahead and work with the new team tab. So first things first, I actually need to go ahead and fill in these slicers. Once I fill in these required slicers, the magnifying glass or search icon becomes enabled. We go ahead and select two teams, and actually I can select as many teams as I want. So the XLI is now going ahead and download that information into the workbook. So as I scroll down, I can see here the name of the team, Agile team and Cloud team. I have unnamed resources and named resources for both my teams. Now this is where the fun begins, so to speak. I'm going to go ahead and update some of this information using some of the features that people like to use that are associated with Excel. So I'll just click on a value that I just created and then drag it to copy it. I can update multiple cells all at once. And you can see as I make these changes, you can easily detect the changes through the orange colored cells. We go ahead and delete unnamed resource. Scroll towards the bottom and go ahead and add a unnamed resource to the Agile team. I have to fill in the required role information. If I know just a part of that role's name, I go ahead and type in writer, for example, hit tab. So after I hit tab, it actually employs an autocomplete, just like PPM, to actually fill in the rest of the name. So I found a match with technical writer. I'll go ahead and add some membership information about our new unnamed resource. Go to the cloud team. And for this one, I'm going to go ahead and add a named resource. And for the specific resource, I'm going to go ahead and click on this selection button and pick a value. I'll pick Alan Hughes, for example. Click select. A pop-up appears specifying information where I can modify effective date and available capacity. I'll say everything looks okay and click on the check mark. So the XLI went ahead and filled in information such as Alan Hughes manager, type, role label, and when they will begin to start and their available capacity based on their capacity in the system. So everything looks good. I can actually go ahead and click on the save button icon. It will save all the changes back into PPM in one fell swoop. So let's go ahead and look at the information in PPM. So these team names are actually served as links back into PPM. So if I click on it, it actually jumps into the cloud team page in PPM. Going back into XLI, you can see all this information is stored in one convenient table. You can also do things, for example, like sort and replace and do mass value replacement. I just click on sort and we're actually just sorting by the resource or role. So now it's in alphabetical order on that column. And this Teams tab corresponds to the team entity in PPM. So the XLI handles all the system objects, and I kind of quickly pointed down below, we have all the main system objects with different modules we can work with. So as we update the capacity of the teams here on this tab, we can also then flip to the staffing profile tab over here and update their assignments as well. So let me go ahead and go back to the presentation. So as you saw, this new module makes the repetitive tasks of resource capacity management faster, more accurate, and dare I say it, maybe a tad a little bit more fun. It can be useful for any organization using resource pools, even if teams aren't used for assignments. We believe that this new module adds additional value to our XLI customers, which include many of the top PPM customers in Europe, America, and Australia. So whether you're an existing customer or not, working for a small or large organization, please feel free to contact us at info@ppmetrics.com or visit us at our website www.ppmetrics.com to learn more about our software and our services. Thank you.